I didn't flinch when she threw the line. I just looked at my mother, calm, drenched, and realized something I should have known years ago. She never loved me unless I was useful, and now that I said no, I was disposable. My name's Derek, I'm 34, and I live in Portland, Oregon. I'm a UX designer for a health tech startup. Most mornings I ride my bike through Laurelhurst Park, coffee in one hand, bagel in the other, earbuds in, sketching mental wireframes before I even log on. It's a quiet, focused life, and I built it myself. I don't come from quiet, I come from loud phone calls, louder judgments, and a family where love was earned through obedience. Especially from my mom, Lorraine. And my younger brother, Brandon, the golden child. He never had to earn anything, he just expected. I always thought working hard would win me approval. Turns out, all it earned me was a target on my back. I saved for 7 years to buy my one-bedroom condo downtown. It cost me $600,000, and I paid every penny without help. No parties, no vacations, just long nights freelancing, ramen dinners, and saying no to anything fun. I made it mine, safe, solid. Brandon, on the other hand, has never held a job longer than 6 months. He's got charm, sure, but charm doesn't pay rent or wedding venues. When he got engaged to Caitlin, I congratulated him, genuinely. I even offered to help with the graphic design for their invites, but a week later, Mom called me with something else in mind. Derek, I want you to sell your condo. I laughed, thinking she was joking. You're 34 and single, you don't need that space. Brandon and Caitlin deserve a proper wedding. Family supports family. I stared at the phone, heart pounding. Sell my home so Brandon could throw a 6-figure party? You have equity, use it. No, I said, this isn't a small favor, this is my future. She hung up without a word. I should have known then that something was coming, something public. The engagement party was at a vineyard just outside the city. High ceilings, string lights, orchestral covers of pop songs, everyone dressed like they were auditioning for a wedding magazine. I wore the only tailored suit I owned. As soon as I walked in, I felt the shift. Side eyes, whispers, like I'd crashed the party instead of being invited. Mom raised her glass, gave some rehearsed speech about sacrifices, then turned to me and said loudly, "Some people think they're above family obligations." Then, splash. A full glass of red wine, right in my face. The gasps were louder than the music. The Cabernet soaked into my blazer, the smell hit instantly, bitter, earthy, sharp. I didn't wipe it, I didn't react, I just stared at her. "You're an embarrassment," she hissed. I said nothing, but inside, something snapped. Not in rage, in clarity. I left without a word. My shoes made a quiet squelch as I walked across the polished floor. Outside, the wind was cold but clean. I drove home in silence. That night, I opened my laptop and canceled the family group trust contribution I'd set up 2 years ago, the one that paid half of Mom's mortgage and Brandon's student loans. Then I wrote an email to my HR team, requesting to transfer to our satellite office in Denver. I needed distance, I needed sky. Before logging off, I changed my will. If something ever happened to me, my condo would go to my cousin Rachel, the only one who ever defended me in that family. The next day, the messages started. "Derek, you're being dramatic. Family fights, be an adult. Bro. Caitlin's parents are pissed. We need help with deposits. Wow, I see who you really are now." I didn't reply. I went for a hike, turned off my phone, let them spiral. That night, FaceTime call. Brandon again, tears in his eyes, panicked. "They're pulling out. The venue's canceling. Mom's freaking out. Just loan us the down payment, we'll pay you back." I looked at the screen, said calmly, "I gave for 30 years, you threw it back with wine." Then I ended the call. The final blow came a week later. Rachel, bless her, worked in PR and pitched my story to a journalist friend writing on financial coercion in modern families. The article went viral. Headline: My mother tried to guilt me into selling my home for my brother's wedding. They didn't name names, but people figured it out. Mutual friends stopped replying to mom's posts. Caitlin's family? Embarrassed, they withdrew their support publicly. A local radio show even did a segment titled, "Would you sell your home for your sibling's wedding?" The answer was a resounding no. Brandon and Caitlin's wedding was called off. Not postponed, canceled. Mom tried calling again, I didn't answer. Last I heard, Brandon's back at home, working part-time at a car wash. Me? I moved to Denver, started fresh. New friends, better air. I joined a rock climbing group, got a dog, his name's Orbit. Every morning we walk trails and breathe like the past never existed. Sometimes, I think of the wine stain on that blazer. I kept it, not to remember the pain, but the moment I reclaimed my life. If you're watching this and feel guilty for setting boundaries, let me say this. You don't owe your home, your peace, or your dignity for someone else's spotlight. Some wounds bleed quietly, but healing speaks volumes. Comment below, what boundary did you set that changed everything? Subscribe for more stories of breaking cycles, building peace, and reclaiming power, one boundary at a time.